guys, so for today's video I'm doing a video talking all about my freshman year college experience. The funny thing is when I'm filming this I'm actually not even done yet. I have one more final left, so wish me luck. It is the day after this video goes up. Fingers crossed. But before we get into this video, don't forget to stop what you're doing and subscribe to join the family, and don't forget to turn on that bell so that you know whenever I upload. So let's just get right into it. Just a little update. I'm going to start doing shout outs on my videos. You guys have been so supportive and I love you so much, so I want to do little shout outs. This week's shout out is going to Giselle Rios. I hope I pronounced your name right. Thank you for supporting me. I love you. This was your idea for me to start doing shout outs, so I am going to. If you guys leave a comment below or comment notification squad, anything, I will just randomly be picking a comment and doing a little shout out because I love you guys and I love you for supporting me. And yeah, oh my god, we hit 6,000 subscribers. How did I forget to mention that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me and I love you so much. Let's get into this video. So I'm going to start off with answering a few of your guys' questions. I kind of put it out there to a few of my subscribers that I've messaged before and some viewers, and you guys asked me some questions and I'm going to answer those first. Question number 1. How is college different from high school? It is different in a lot of ways. The first thing is that you get to study majority of what you actually are interested in, other than a common core that like many colleges have where like you have to take a math, you have to take a science, like an English class, like the core. You're taking classes in stuff that you're interested in, which I think it makes school a lot more motivational if you're taking classes on topics and on things that you're actually interested in or things that you might actually be pursuing as a career. So I think that that's probably the biggest difference. Also, you are on your own. People aren't gonna baby you. You have a whole bunch of freedom. You can kind of do what you want. It's all up to you. So it's a lot of fun. I personally love college so far way more than high school. Let me just say. So the next question is there as much drama in college as in high school? Honestly, it depends the kind of people that you surround yourself with. There's gonna be drama if you're surrounded by people who always make drama, but if your friends are chill and you guys don't have, then you're not gonna have any drama. I will say that I think there's way less drama in college because I feel like everyone just wants to, you know, let loose, have fun, get their education, you know, like people are chill in college. So I think there's way less drama in college. There's still gonna be drama wherever you go, especially depending on the people you're around, but I feel like also people are way more mature in college and people are really starting to hit that mature age where they're becoming adults, so it's not as much of a thing in college, like at all. How is living in a dorm and what was my favorite part about it? So living in a dorm was honestly kind of gross. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a little gross, a little annoying at times. However, I wouldn't have done it any other way my freshman year. I am so glad that I lived in a dorm my first year. I think my favorite part about living in a dorm was living with some of my best friends. I lived in the same building as my friend Nick, you guys know him. I live in the same building as Jordan, Sierra, like you guys saw a lot of the people that I constantly hung out with I met in my dorm. I actually have met Nick in a class, but that's beside the point. The dorms offer a community of some sort, so you can literally just at any time go knock on your friend's door, like ask if you want to get food, or knock on your friend's door and just hang out with them or text them and go to the library to study. I think the dorms offer such a nice place and a little home away from home to like help you, one, be on campus so that you can kind of just go and do and be involved on campus because you're already there, and two, to make friends because you were constantly living with these people that you see every day, so you become friends with them and you talk to them and you get to know them, and that's how I met Jordan, who I'm living with next year, and I'm so excited. Which brings me to my next question, where am I living next year? So I'm actually not living, I am living on campus, but it's an off-campus apartment. So I'm not going to disclose what it is just for safety reasons, but I decided to not do on-campus housing a second year because honestly, one, I didn't want to buy a meal plan because it's like $2,000 and I eat like a rabbit, so I don't do well on the meal plan. I had the smallest meal plan of 10 meals and I barely used it. So honestly, that's part of it. I didn't want to have to pay for the meal plan, and also paying a rent and sharing it with some close friends like is cheaper than living on campus and paying for a meal plan. So it's cheaper, it's still being really close to campus and on campus, but it's just a better option financially. So if I wanted to be in the campus environment but still be in an off-campus apartment, a little cheaper, save a little money, I'll be able to cook my own food, amen. So yes, next year I am living in an off-campus apartment. So I will have a rent and I have a lease. I already signed my lease. It's exciting. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. You guys will get an apartment tour, moving in vlogs, so get excited. I also might take you guys grocery shopping with me if that's something you would be interested in. And then the last question is college worth the money? So this is honestly completely and totally up to you guys. So I personally think college is 100% worth the money. I am getting help from my parents to pay for it. However, this year I am getting a loan for the apartment. College is a lot of money. I am not gonna lie. I think that college is what you make out of it. I actually had a whole conversation with my friends, and this is kind of part of what I've learned freshman year, is that college is all about networking. It's not even necessarily about the academics. Obviously, that's a huge part of it. But the main part of college is to learn how to network, is to learn how to get internships, to make connections, because at this point in life, it's all about who you know and who can get you that interview and who can get you in the door to the profession that you want to be in. So I've learned that that's a huge part of what college is. So I think it's worth it. I think college is just a life experience that if you feel that you need it or you want to experience it, then you totally should. I think it's just as effective if you want to take a gap year and then go back, or if you want to do 2 years at a community college and then transfer, or if you want to do all of your college in a community college. I think that you do whatever you need to do to feel like you're going to be successful in your life. But I feel like college is a huge step and a huge tool to help you get to where you want to go, if that makes any sense. I hope it did. I'm really glad that I decided to go to a 4-year university and just like knock out my bachelor's degree. That's my goal, that's what I'm planning on doing, and I'm really glad that I'm getting this experience, and I'm so thankful, and thank you to my parents for helping me do this. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, and I'm thriving. Like, honestly, I am doing pretty well in college so far, and I love it. I love college. For both the experience, the friendships I'm making, and for the education aspect too. Because I'm learning stuff that I'm actually interested in, and it's so nice. Okay, so now I'm just going to get into just some of my notes about like my year in general and things I've learned and experienced just from like my first year of college. I wanted to let you guys know I got accepted into my major, so I am officially, I'll tell you guys what I'm studying and what my degree is going to be now that I know, unless I change it. I don't think I will, but if I do. I am officially a mass communications major, and I decided to double track in public relations and advertising, and then I have an EMF minor, which is an electronic media and film minor. So that is what I'm studying, that is what I'm doing in school. I'm almost done my core classes. Honestly, I think I have like maybe 5 more, and then I'm done. I think there's 14 core requirements, and I think I literally have like 5 more. So that's exciting. And I've already taken several major classes and minor classes, and I'm so excited. Probably one of the most stressful parts of college is registering for classes. You basically get assigned a date and a time that you can register, and the people with the most credits have the earliest times. It is stressful because it is like the Hunger Games up in here. Everyone is trying to pick classes, and then your class gets filled up, and then sometimes you can get on the wait list, but sometimes you will never get off the wait list, and then you have to find another class. And then if your classes fill up, then you got to pick new classes to replace those because you want to have a certain amount of classes to be a full-time student. And it is the most stressful like week of your life, because when you have not that many credits, you can't register, and you just watch your classes disappear, and you watch them fill up and you watch them close. And it's very sad. And then you kind of get stuck with a schedule that you really didn't like, which I hated my schedule this semester. Like, I liked the classes, I hated my schedule, and I'll get into that. Registering for classes sucks, but it'll be fine. You'll get a schedule, you'll get into classes, and you will be okay. And whatever class you're in, you're still gonna get credit for it, as long as you pass it, so there you go. So spring semester was hard for me, honestly. Like, I struggled a lot, but I made it through. I got an A on my first final, my math final. I got an A in college math, guys. Can we just get a hallelujah? Like, I don't know how. I worked my butt off, I studied my butt off, but I got an A in college math. And I'm horrible at math, so I'm very happy. 8 a.m.s. If you are not a morning person, don't take an 8 a.m. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I did not miss a single 8 a.m. class, which I am proud of. I'm the kind of person where as much as I might not want to go, I will get my butt up and I will go sit in that chair at 8 a.m. and learn, okay? But I know that not everyone has that drive because some classes have a lenient attendance policy, especially 8 a.m. Sometimes they're lenient because the professors understand you don't want to be there at 8 in the morning. Let me tell you, I don't know how I was at school at 7:25 a.m. every single day throughout high school. I don't know how I did it because now I'm in college and I can barely get up for an 8 a.m. and it's weird, it blows my mind. If you are not like a thriving morning person who gets up early, drinks their coffee, goes to the gym, like goes to their 8 a.m., like if you're that kind of person, go for it, go for it. But if you know yourself and you know you're not a morning person, like I am 120 million% a night person. I can stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning doing homework, studying, but if I have to get up at 8 a.m., oh my goodness. I will do it, but I will hate every second of it and I don't like that, so I don't recommend 8 a.m.s unless you're a thriving morning person. 3-hour once a week classes. So basically how that works is mine this semester was I had it on Mondays from 3:30 till 6 something, and also my math class was a once a week 3-hour class, and that was from 5:30 to like 8:10. I think. Those are some long classes, yo. I don't recommend them at all. It is the thing that I think really got me about that is that it was only once a week, so you would go, you would sit there for 3 hours, and it was like a really long class, but then you would get so many readings and assignments thrown at you to do, it would get overwhelming because you had an entire week to do all of those assignments before you had the class again. I mean, you did have time to do it, but it got really overwhelming when you only met once, and then you had all this work to do, and then you meet again, and you have all this work to do. And it's just this cycle, and since I had 2 of those classes this semester, it was a lot, as well as an 8 a.m. So I had a really rough schedule this semester. So I am proud of myself for getting through and thriving. If it is allowed on your campus, I recommend having pepper spray. Now, I only say this for one reason. Towson is such a safe campus. Like, I feel safe on campus, and I knew that, like, I would have been okay. I hope I would have been okay. I don't know. But I got followed one time on campus, and I literally like was weaving and they were following me, and I stopped and they stopped, and I turned around and I said, I have pepper spray, stay away from me. They turned around and walked the other way. I couldn't see who it was, but I felt, ever since then, I felt a lot safer just having pepper spray on me. Obviously, it's for emergencies only. Like, do not just walk around like spraying everyone with it. Like, it's literally for personal protection. Like, I only recommend it if you feel like you need it. It is not a toy. It is like a self-defense thing. It's nice knowing that no matter what, you have this little thing that can help protect you just in case of an emergency. They have the blue light system at Towson, so I know that if I need someone's help or a cop or anyone, I can push the blue light and I can have a cop there. But it's nice knowing that until then, like, I would have some form of protection. Like, it just gives me a peace of mind, you know? Just in case. I am a girl on a college campus. I am, like, I mean, I'm scrappy, but I'm only so scrappy against a potential person, you know? I just feel safer with it. So if you feel that you need it or you feel you would feel safer with it, I recommend it. I personally think finals week is way more stressful than midterms. Midterms are normally pretty spread out because there's not a set schedule for midterms. So you could have like one midterm here, one midterm after break. Like, it's very scattered, and it just depends on your professor. And some professors don't even do midterms. Like, I don't even know if I had midterms this semester. No, I did, but they're very spread out. However, finals, one, it's that last push where if you're on the verge of an A and a B, you gotta do good on your final in order to get the better grade. And two, there is set week where you have to get all your finals done. So it's mandatory that every class has a final. Some teachers will make their final optional. So I know that my friend's bio teacher said their final is optional. If you want to raise your grade, you can take the final. If you don't need to, you're fine. So it really depends on your professor, whether you have a midterm or a final. But finals week, I've cried during both of my finals weeks that I've had. It's very stressful. It is totally, like, manageable. Like, you can do it, you can get through it, it'll be fine. But during the time, it's so stressful. And I think that's another, like, lesson you learn from college. When you are stressed out to the max and you have a million things to do at once, you're like, how do I do it? And then you finish finals and you're like, wow, I did it. And it gives you that peace of mind knowing that, like, even though you might feel so overwhelmed, you can do it and you can get through it and you can thrive. So don't be too scared. Just know that finals are very stressful and just brace yourself for it. But the more finals you go through, the more you know yourself and how you study, you get better, you know? Just like anything. With practice, with more experience, you get better, and which can offer sometimes a peace of mind. I brought way more clothes than I needed to my dorm room. I didn't wear half the stuff I brought, which has made moving out a little bit of a pain. So only bring what you think you're actually gonna need and what you're actually gonna wear. How did I juggle working a job on campus with school? It's very manageable. Like, I need the money, I need to save for this apartment, like, and I love my on-campus job. My bosses are incredible and they're amazing people, and my coworkers, like, I've met so many people through working my job, and I love my job. It's so much fun and I'm so thankful for it, and yeah, it's definitely manageable. The gym kept me sane. Ever since I stopped cheerleading, I have always made sure that I exercise a lot just to stay fit, but honestly something I learned through going to the gym, like I went a lot more this semester, like I tried to go every single day this semester if I could. It keeps me sane. Just sometimes when you're in a bad mood or you're really stressed, it just feels so good to just get on an elliptical and like run out all of your anger and your stress. Like, it can feel so good to honestly sometimes just like sweat, and I feel like I'm just like cleansing myself of all of the stress that I have, and it feels so good. Like, exercise releases endorphins, that's a common thing. I felt that it kept me, one, fit, and two, like just happier, because I was constantly releasing anything inner that I felt out at the gym. So I highly recommend taking advantage of your school's gym if they have one. RateMyProfessor.com, I highly recommend. It's normally pretty accurate if you've never heard of it. RateMyProfessor.com is basically a place where people go on and they rate their professors. Anything from like, do you actually use the textbook? Can you skip a class? Like, is there a final? Like, you can learn a lot about a teacher from Rate My Professor. Professors are not as scary as you think they are. Yes, some are scary and some are not as kind as others. I did experience one who was like a little bit but I went to her office hours to get help with the paper, and she fixed my grade and she helped me with my paper. So like, a lot of the times, sometimes professors will put on a front in the class so that they're respected and they don't get crap from college students. And then sometimes if you like meet them in their office hours, like, they're actually really nice people who want to help you succeed. So take advantage of your professor's office hours. Don't be afraid to send them an email as long as it's professional. But professors aren't as scary as you think they are, and if they are, odds are you just need to get to know them. And honestly, your professors are going to be your connections and your resources, so you want to make relationships with your professors. My professor, my mass comm professor from first semester, is the one who helped me determine like what I was going to track and minor in. So for my minor, I wanted to do theater arts, I wanted to do deaf studies, I wanted to do EMF, and I didn't know what to do, and she gave me a lot of guidance, and I was able to choose that EMF was kind of for me. So your professors are great resources. They want to help you succeed, and they're going to be great connections for the future. Alright guys, well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below with any video requests. Stop watching and subscribe to join the family. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.